I've been reading the Paradox of Choice by Barry Schwartz lately. Actually, for some time. I'm a slow reader. But in it, he basically describes how the freedom, or the perceived freedom that we have from the many, many choices in our lives today, it actually ends up being a bit tyrannical in our lives, and really starts to control us and take a lot of time, and actually adds a lot of stress and counterintuitively a lot of disappointment, that people with a ton of decisions who want to maximize their decisions, want to really make the best decision, are actually end up less satisfied with their choice, no matter what it actually is, than someone who either doesn't have as many choices or somebody who isn't as concerned about making the absolute best possible choice every single time. So anyway, the book has been really revelationary. Is that a right? Is that a word? Anyway, so to me, it's been quite a eye opener, because actually, I do actually strive to make the best choices in my life. So anyway, if that sounds good, then read it. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is actually related more to the decisions that we all make as magicians, and you may make as a performing magician for hire. So today, here's one more analogy. Today I was in a watch store, Seiko store, right? I have a Seiko watch. I was like, oh, let me go in and see, let me see my watch on the shelf, and let me see what else there is, alternative to my watch, as various timepieces there are. So I go there, and there's like probably 1,000 watches scattered either on the wall there or on a shelf or something, and it was just amazing to me how many watches that were so similar were on the wall, and honestly, I was just overwhelmed, and I left. And there have actually been a lot of studies that talk about this same exact thing. For example, there was somewhere else I read, like there was a study where various jellies, right, jellies and jams were put on a table at a grocery store for trial, just for customers to taste while they're walking around, and then possibly buy. And so they tried this experiment with, like, I think either 3 or 6 different kinds of jelly or jam, and then they tried it again with like 24 different kinds of jelly and jam. And they found that the customers who had only a few choices ended up actually buying more jam, because they could make a decision with what they had, whereas the customers who had like 24 different choices on jam were basically overwhelmed. And they ended up not getting nearly as much jam. So the way that this could relate, if you are a performing magician for hire, is that I meet a lot of magicians who have like a ton of options. I meet a lot of magicians who can do everything. They can do parties and this and this and this, and they design web pages and edit videos and do synchronized swimming and I don't know, basket weaving or whatever it is. I mean, they have like a laundry list of things that they do and types of entertainment that they can provide. Now, one way to look at this is, okay, it's not good because you want to be a master of a trade, not jack of all, everything you list, and you want to be a professional. You want to do what you do, and you want to be the best in the world. But the other thing going against somebody with that description is that it's just overwhelming. The different packages maybe that you provide. So you say, oh, sir, thank you, yes, thank you for calling magic, man magic. Would you like our beginner package, our introductory package, our party package, our deluxe package, our couples nights and weekends package, our whatever package, our cruise package, or whatever? And when you start talking about all these options or these set show kits that you basically provide for your clients, it gets to be all a bit overwhelming. I mean, if you basically said, okay, look, sir, I've got the cheap show and the expensive show. The cheap show is 20 minutes, and the expensive show is an hour. Which one would you like? One's $500 and one's $2,000 or whatever it is. And you say that, it's like much easier for them to make a decision. It's much easier for them to say, okay, well, that's in my budget. I'm going to take that. So I've gone a long way around here, but I hope that the point that I wanted to leave you with is that this paradox of choice. You want to provide your clients with a lot of options, but something to really think about is that you aren't overwhelming them with too many decisions. So keep it down to like 1, 2, maybe 3 choices for them to make. Anyway, this is Alvo Stockman signing off. Leave a comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. Just pop it down in that comment box down below, and I'll talk to you soon.